观众朋友，大家好，欢迎收看我们的健康是福栏目。想要健康，吃对食物、吃对营养可是非常重要的。食物被医学和营养专家们视为最好的良药。从本期起，我们推出系列节目，有请我们的专家们为朋友们谈一谈一种特殊的食物在对我们人体的健康，特别是对帮助改善人体多种疾病方面所起到的显著作用，让朋友们在享受美味的同时获得健康，远离医药。
Diet is a big part of where health starts. And there's an old saying, it's a quote by the father of modern medicine known as Hippocrates. And Hippocrates said, "Food shall be your medicine." So the power of food to nourish the body and give the body the opportunity to work the way it was designed to work is very, very special and something that people should think a little bit about. So it does start with the foods, and you're right, there's a tremendous opportunity to choose different foods. So if people just take a step back and take a second to think about, choosing foods that are more natural, particularly in the vegetable department, stay away from the processed foods, and particularly extra flour, extra sugar, and we call it the white refined flour and sugar. We have to realize that people are not getting the nutrients in their food unless they're really trying very hard to pick those foods that are most nourishing and most nutritious. Staying away from what I call the high-calorie, nutrient-empty foods. There's just no nutrition in a lot of the refined sugar and flour. Soft drinks, for example, carbonated soft drinks. It's just loaded with sugar, artificial coloring, and essentially no nourishment whatsoever. You've got to get a wide variety of particularly vegetables, and the colors are what's fascinating. So people can eat greens, broccoli, spinach, lettuce, cucumber, but then there's also yellow squash and there's purple cabbage. So the colors, each of those colors represents a nutrient category. And that's how we nourish our bodies. So vegetables really can be the foundation of a healthy diet. However, you can also be very healthy and get all the protein you need being a vegetarian or a vegan. Okay, so the difference is, of course, vegetarians oftentimes will eat either milk, dairy, and or eggs. That's called a lacto-ovo-vegetarian. So they eat dairy and they eat eggs. A vegan eats no animal products whatsoever. So they won't eat milk or any dairy from a cow or even a goat or even a sheep, and they'll eat no eggs and they'll eat no fish. So that's a vegan.
超级食物被认为是比一般食物具有更丰富营养价值的食物。小球藻这种神奇的绿色植物，因为兼具营养和排毒的双重特性，而被认为是超级食物中的明星。它究竟有何魅力呢？
That from what I see in patients, because everyone is very unique, some people, their systems and their genetics are more suited and more adapted to being a vegan. So they'll eat all plant-based and they'll just notice that they feel really good. So it works for them. Other people may notice that their energy is not there, their stamina is not there. They just don't feel as sharp or as alert. And oftentimes what they have to do is they have to experiment a little bit. And they have to maybe add some eggs or add some dairy, and all of a sudden they realize that they feel a lot better. So they're learning that their particular system doesn't do well with an all-vegetarian diet. Now those same people, interestingly, could add sun chlorella to the diet because ounce for ounce, it is extremely high in protein, vegetable-based protein. It's actually more protein dense than than animal meats. It's that protein dense. And you mentioned amounts. So, in the average patient who's not trying to supplement their protein needs, it could be anywhere from 10 to 15 tablets per meal. And if someone's trying to supplement their protein need, then that could easily go up to 25 tablets per meal. So superfood is a food that is very high on the nutrient potency or nutrient density scale. That means per bite or per calorie, it's packed with nutrition, vitamins, minerals, enzymes, antioxidants, fiber, all the nutritional categories that a food can have. Sun chlorella as a superfood, it's packed with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, fiber, and also chlorophyll, which puts it in a whole nother category. So sun chlorella, in terms of its nutrient density, is one of the highest of any foods on the planet. So in fact, you could, if someone made a scale of nutrient density, they could probably put sugar as 0 and sun chlorella at 100, because there's no emptiness. So every single bite of sun chlorella, you're getting loaded with nutritional value. Let's take animal protein, for example, like steak. Steak is pretty nutrient dense in protein, and it's going to have some minerals like magnesium and zinc, and that's what meat contains. It's not going to be particularly strong in fiber. It's not going to be particularly strong in antioxidants. And let's compare that to sun chlorella, which has even more protein in its nutrient density than steak. So ounce per ounce, comparing protein, comparing sun chlorella and steak, sun chlorella has more protein. In addition, it's got very high in minerals. It's very high in B vitamins. It's very high in antioxidants like vitamin E, vitamin A, lutein, zeaxanthin, which are carotenoids. It's also high in fiber, which is I consider that another nutritional category, fiber. And then lastly, it's got the chlorophyll. So the foundation of health for every single one of us is that we have to nourish our bodies, and we have to avoid, minimize, and cleanse our bodies of the toxins in this toxic environment that we live in. So it's nourishment and cleansing or detox. That's the foundation for health. So chlorophyll absorbs poisons, including all chemicals and even heavy metals. Chlorophyll is used in many medical applications as an absorbing agent of toxins. We call it nature's natural purifier because it has the ability to absorb toxins of all categories. Now that's one of the detoxifying, cleansing ingredients of sun chlorella. The second one is the fiber. And we all know that fiber helps pull waste products, poisons, and toxins out of the body. Another way to understand the term superfood, it just means that as a food, it does so much better of a job than most other foods in nourishing the body. That's what food is for. It's to nourish us. So for example, let's take a super athlete. What makes them a super athlete? They do a so much better job than all the other athletes in getting the job done. So if it's Kobe Bryant in basketball, he's just that much better than the rest of them. Sun chlorella, in its ability to nourish the body, is that much better than the rest of the foods. And in addition, it's got the extra ability to help cleanse and purify the body.